This short video will talk about the evaluation of rolled steel beams and bending. First thing you might want to ask yourself is, what moment are you evaluating these beams against? That is, if you're using ASD, what is MA? Or if you're using LRFD, what is MU? Possibly could be given either MA or MU in the problem statement. You might also, instead of being given MA and MU, be asked to calculate it. If that's the case, look at the service loads you're given and plug them into the applicable load combination to determine which is the controlling load combination. After that, you might have to place your loads on a beam and create a shear and moment diagram to determine what the maximum moment is on that beam. Secondly, you want to consider what is your unbraced length, LB, of the beam that you have. The third thing that you'll ask yourself is the beam a compact beam? That is, are the flanges and the web compact? Now, most of the time when using FY of 50 KSI steel, you are going to have compact shapes. In our next video, we'll talk about the check for compactness. So for right now, we'll assume that we're dealing with a compact shape. As far as evaluation goes, we're basically looking at the design moment capacity of our beam and comparing it against the required moment that's in the situation that we have. If this is ASD, you're comparing nominal moment strength divided by the safety factor omega and seeing if it's greater than or equal to the required moment strength MA. In LRFD, it's the design moment capacity again. This time, however, it's MN, the nominal capacity, multiplied by a resistance factor. The next thing you're going to have to look at is what is the formula that you're going to use for MN. And that depends upon what category your beam falls under. Is it category 1, category 2, or category 3? You will determine that by comparing your unbraced length LB against the dividing lines that we talked about previously, L sub P and L sub R. Once you determine what category you're in, each category has its own formula to calculate MN. Here's a short example. Let's say we have a W12 by 96 beam and it's 15 feet long and it's unbraced. It carries a uniform dead load of 2 kips per foot and a uniform live load of 3 kips per foot. And it's 50 KSI steel and the bending coefficient is 1. First thing, again, that we'll want to check is our unbraced length. It was the beam was, we were told, was unbraced, so the unbraced length is 15 feet. L sub P and L sub R can be calculated as shown. Recognize that that L sub R formula is what we call the conservative formula. So if you have a steel manual and you look up L sub R, you'll find out that L sub R in the manual is actually longer than that. But anyway, we can tell in this case, since our unbraced length is more than 10.9 feet but less than 26.3 feet, it's category 2. So then, using the category 2 formula for MN, we'll find out that MN is 551.2 foot kips. Since we're doing an ASD problem, we'll take MN and divide it by our safety factor, 1.67. That yields a design moment capacity of approximately 330 foot kips. Now you'll have to ask yourself, what's the required moment that I'm comparing that design capacity against? What is MA? Since we're doing an ASD problem, the load combination that's going to control when you're given just dead and live load in normal ranges would be dead plus live load. The beam's a 15-foot long beam, so dead plus live is 5 kips per foot. You can actually create a shear and moment diagram, and the moment off of that would be a little bit over 140 foot kips. and you compare your design capacity of 330 foot kips to that required moment, you would say that this beam is adequate.